To begin, let's start with a question to see what you already know about partnerships. Who would you involve in your professional partnerships at school? A. Teachers, B. Parents, C. Community, D. Students, E. All of the above. Hopefully, you have all selected all of the above. If not, we hope you will all understand by the end of the presentation why all of the above should be chosen. Today's presentation will cover Chapter 9, Developing Relationships that Support Learning and Participation, with specific reference to what are collaborative partnerships, how to make partnerships, how can teachers support these partnerships, problems you encounter with partnerships, how can teachers implement partnerships and relationships into the classroom. But let's firstly start with what is a collaborative partnership. Teachers need to consider teaching and learning as occurring within a relationship context. If they take the time to observe how their thinking and practices can affect their relationships with others, they can position themselves to work more effectively in inclusive and collaborative ways. This must involve teachers developing awareness of how they and their school position students, families and communities, and how they understand and enact their role and responsibilities as a teacher. It ultimately must be an holistic school approach that is an interactive process, one that involves individuals coming together to solve a mutually defined problem. Teaching and learning pedagogy based on listening can also be linked to collaborative relationships. The pedagogy approach is listening. Teachers orienting themselves as learners, not experts, in relations to their students, families and communities. This approach involves teachers inviting the doubt and uncertainty, and which lies between unpredictability and unexpected, and the community relationships between the child and the teacher's learning process is then constructed. There will be an expectation that everyone has expertise and they can contribute and learn from one another. Listening and authentic relationships opens a space where fear of unpredictability and uncertainty are replaced by excitement of possibility and empowerment. This in turn will create an inclusive education community.
Okay, so we're going to move on to a question. Which form of communication is most effective in relationships? A. One-way communication, B. Two-way communication, or no communication?